Hey everybody, NecroVMX here, and it's time to do some comic book reviews. First, I got the Batman Hush trade paperback, and I wanted to just mention that. I don't want to do a review of it because it's obviously a story that's quite old. They've done Return of Hush and Heart of Hush and such. I just want to say that I don't know what DC was thinking. Usually they're pretty good about putting out stories. They'll put it in hardcover form, and then, a little while later, they'll put it out in a trade paperback form. The hardcover form, it were all these deluxe hardcovers and whatnot for Hush, and they all cost like $75, or, if you wanted to get it, and more affordable, you'd have to get like Hush Part 1 and Hush Part 2 separately. It's not all that big, and I don't understand why it took so long for an affordable way to get the whole story came out. So here's the Hush trade paperback, which cost... It costs $25, which in itself is kind of a lot for a trade paperback. Usually I pay that much for hardcovers. But that being said, I finally got my hands on a collected version of it. If you're not familiar with the story itself is really nothing all that special. It's just a typical Batman story. It's written by Jeff Loeb for what that's worth. Some people absolutely hate him. Some people like him. I personally think he does a good job when he writes Batman. But when he writes everything else, he kind of falls apart. It's mostly known for the artwork of Jim Lee, which is very good. But anyway, let's get to this week's books. Here we have Green Lantern number 45. And as you can tell from the header, this is the latest in the Blackest Night storyline. And as you can tell from the cover, we're seeing Carol Ferris as a Star Sapphire fighting Sinestro, who's, of course, the leader of the Sinestro Corps. Now, this is cool. Now, we see Xanshi return as a planet. I mean, Xanshi exploded in a very old Green Lantern storyline, and now the planet itself is a Black Lantern. Are planets really sentient? I mean, Mogo was. I mean, I kind of wonder if Mogo and Xanshi are going to fight, or after this whole Black Lantern thing blows over, after it's all done, are the Black Lanterns going to be dead again, or are they going to be alive again? Or, so is Xanshi going to be restored like Krypton was? What's going on with that? I'm kind of wondering. Very, very nice artwork in this. Who drew this? This is Doug Mack. He's very good on Green Lantern. And I gotta say, you got Sinestro attacking the Zamaron's home planet where all the Star Sapphires are made, trying to rescue the female Sinestro Corps members that are being rehabilitated into Star Sapphires. Some of them, like Fatality, have already become Star Sapphires. Some of them, like Crib, are unleashed in this issue. And it kind of goes through the different homeworlds where the Black Rings show up on Zamaron, and then it goes here to, what's the name of that planet? Oh, Yzmalt, where the Black Rings are attacking where the Red guys are, so then the Red Lanterns have to deal with that. And it kind of goes through each of the homeworlds, which is pretty cool. It's an ad for Batgirl there. I really like how the Black Lanterns, when they see living things, they see them as colors, and the colors being whatever they're feeling at the time. Like you can hear Sinestro right here, he's angry, so they see him as red. So that's kind of interesting. And there's some of the Black Lanterns right there. Just get a closer look there. So overall, this was a really good issue. I really enjoyed it. I especially like this page, where Agent Orange himself, Larfleeze, is surrounded by all these Black Lanterns of all the people that he's killed and assimilated into Agent Orange. I thought that was pretty cool. If you're, a Green Lantern fan, obviously, you've been getting it, or if you've been following Blackest Night, you've been getting it. If not, I recommend you got to check out this whole Blackest Night storyline. It's been really good. Up next is Invincible number 65. Now, I guess when this was solicited, it was pretty much known that this would be, a funeral cover, and that it would be Adam Eve's funeral, but as you know, last issue she miraculously survived. It's explained somewhat in this, but it's actually explained a lot better in the Adam Eve miniseries that came out a while ago. One thing that I thought was interesting was that Mark, Invincible, no longer feels any kinds of remorse when he kills somebody. He killed Conquest last issue, and he actually wanted to see the body to make sure he's dead. Of course, at the end of the issue, you find out that he's not, and that was just a dummy. The funeral's for Rexplode, who did die in the Invincible War, and, My friend Joey, not too long ago, said to me he's a fan of The Walking Dead, which is another Robert Kirkman book. He says that Kirkman likes to get you to really like the characters before he kills them off. And I said I agree, and I used Rex Splode as an example of someone who was once a jerk, and then they turned him into a likable character. The Martian guy there, that plot's ticking away. You got, this guy, Conquest, is being held by the government. And at the end, Invincible says to his brother, he says, "You were right, I'm gonna start killing people if they need killing." And it's kind of, I wonder how much of that is him talking and how much of that is his Viltrumite anger. So the next issue promises to be interesting, as it's going to follow his father and Alan the Alien. This issue is really good. It says Invincible War Aftermath. Well, this is sort of the Conquest Aftermath. Invincible War was awful. Conquest was great. Blackest Night Superman. This one's cool because it's the Superman of Earth 2 who died in Infinite Crisis, and he's back as a Black Lantern. He's got the Lois Lane of Earth 2 with him, and they're terrorizing Smallville and, Superman and such. They used a really good, I mentioned this before in my review of Green Lantern, about how the Black Lanterns see people as colors. Like there they see Superman and Superboy as yellow because they're afraid. There's one really good shot, like there he is, the Superman Black Lantern. There's one really good shot, there it is, where they see Superman as like a rainbow of all the colors, which I think is really cool, because he's feeling a lot of different emotions at once. If you're a Superman fan, you gotta check this out. I mean, even if you're not into, there he is as kind of like a mishmash of different colors again. Even if you're not really into, the Green Lantern and Blackest Night, this is a really good Superman story, and I highly recommend it because of that. So, speaking of Superman, here's Superman number